Hi, it's Jeff Shore. Do you ever have to deal with your customers when they are overly emotional? Let's talk about it in just a moment. You know, we like to think of our customers as being all even keel and perfectly balanced emotionally. We also like to think that we're all bazillionaires and we have our own yachts and private islands. It's not always the way it works in real life, is it? Look, here's the deal. You are going to have customers that are going to be more emotional than others in the process. Now, if you're an emotion-based salesperson, you're really emotionally connected, this may not be an issue. But what if you're not? What if you're not? What if you look at that and say, oh no, one of those? And that does happen. And I get it. I understand. There are all kinds of different personality styles. The problem is, if we don't match emotion for emotion, it can be perceived as a lack of empathy on the part of the salesperson. And that's really where we get into trouble. It's not that just that we can't shed a tear when they shed a tear. That's not what I'm talking about. But we still have to have that sense of empathy. So rather than thinking, how can I match this customer's emotion? Ask yourself the question, how can I empathize with what this customer is going through? How can I sit with them for just a moment and be able to go with them on that journey? You don't have to feel that same level of emotion in order to have an empathy for them. Your customer doesn't need you to match their emotion, they just need you to understand it. So one of the things you want to do with a highly emotional customer is to make sure that you are prepared to come alongside and recap even how they are feeling and what they are saying. So if you say to that customer, okay, let me just pause here for a second. I want to make sure that I'm clear. It sounds like the biggest issue you're dealing with right now in your life is this. Did I get that right? Now that emotion-driven customer knows that you are not only listening, but that you're understanding, which is far more important than just listening. And as you understand, you empathize. So if you have somebody that's emotional, make sure you're getting into what you understand and then hand it back to them. Do this a lot. Do this all throughout the process. They will particularly appreciate it and respect you for it because they know that it means that you are empathizing with what they are going through. That emotional customer, here's the good news. If you connect with them, those are the easiest sales that you're ever going to make. Because sales that are made out of emotion are quicker and more enjoyable than sales that are made purely out of logic. Go after that emotional buyer, embrace them, empathize with them, and change their world.